She called the cops on me for leaving the neighborhood. Let that sink in. Not for trespassing, not for stealing, not even for noise, just for packing up my life and moving out of a place I had the legal right to leave. And when the squad car pulled up to my driveway, she was already standing there, arms crossed, lips pinched, her signature bubblegum pink suit gleaming like a warning light in the sun. The Queen of Sunset Estates, Belinda Crawford. She was about to get the shock of her life, because the officer stepping out of that cruiser was my son. Let's rewind. 3 years earlier, I bought a modest single-story home in Sunset Estates, a community wrapped in picket fences, perfect hedges, and more surveillance cameras than a Vegas casino. Back then, Belinda was just the HOA vice president, though you'd think she ran Homeland Security the way she patrolled the neighborhood with her clipboard and walkie-talkie. The first fine I got? $200 for having a brown mailbox instead of the regulation Moonlight Silver. Next, $300 for unauthorized flora, a patch of sunflowers I'd planted for my late wife Miriam. Sunflowers. From there it spiraled. She'd send citations for things like excessive bird activity, overly fragrant jasmine, and once, I kid you not, emotive wind chimes. Every month, a new violation. Every week, a fresh humiliation. And through it all, I played the game. Until I didn't. After 3 years of her tyranny, I scraped together enough to buy a fixer-upper on the outskirts of town. No HOA, no rules, no pink clipboards. I kept my plans quiet, packed boxes at night, hired movers from a town over. But I should have known you can't hide anything from Belinda, especially not a truck parked at your curb on a Saturday morning. By the time I stepped out to meet the movers, she was already on her phone. I waved. "Morning, Belinda." She didn't wave back. Instead, she hissed into her Bluetooth earpiece like she was reporting a terror cell. "He's removing property from a controlled neighborhood without board clearance. I overheard. Possibly stealing fixtures. I need officers dispatched. Now." Fixtures? I was moving my couch, not a chandelier for Versailles. But sure enough, less than 10 minutes later, a squad car rolled in. 2 officers stepped out. The driver was tall, broad-shouldered, and wearing sunglasses that made him look like a movie star. The other was younger, barely out of training. Nervous, Belinda marched up to them. "Officers, thank God. He's defying HOA protocol and attempting an illegal exit." The taller officer turned, cool and slow. Then he took off his sunglasses. Belinda's face fell, because that officer was Detective Rafael Santiago, my son. "Morning, Mom," he said with a smirk. "Looks like you're finally getting out of this place." Belinda blinked, confused. "Wait, Mom." He walked over and gave me a hug. "Sir," he said loudly, just for her to hear, "I'll handle this personally." Belinda was already stammering. This is conflict of interest." "He can't." But Raphael raised a hand. "Ma'am, please stand back. You're obstructing a peaceful residential transition. That's a code 814 in this district. There is no code 814. He made it up, but it worked. Belinda stepped back like she just touched a live wire. Over the next hour, we loaded everything up. Raphael stayed in uniform the entire time, sipping iced coffee and watching with amusement. Belinda tried 3 more times to intervene, claimed I was stealing gutter nails, claimed the movers scratched the sidewalk, claimed my dog, a 14-year-old beagle named Rudy, wasn't on a community-approved leash. Each time, Raphael responded the same way, calm, firm, in full legal compliance. She couldn't touch us, but that wasn't the end. Oh no, 3 days later, I was gone. New house, new zip code, freedom. But then something strange happened. I started getting letters from the HOA, postmarked after my departure. Fines, notices, outstanding dues. They claimed I'd violated the terms of my exit, that because I hadn't submitted a departure review form, whatever that is, I was still liable for community infractions. The total balance? $7,800. And then, the kicker, they threatened to place a lien on my new house. Now they crossed the line. I forwarded everything to Raphael. He didn't just read the letters. He opened a formal investigation. Turns out Belinda had been running her own shadow policy, enforcing unpublished rules, inventing fees, and funneling fine revenue into a personal beautification fund. She'd even used HOA funds to pay for a private chef during monthly board meetings. Within 2 weeks, she was suspended from a board. Within a month, she was facing charges for misuse of funds, harassment, and wire fraud. But the part I'll never forget, the day the subpoenas were delivered, I happened to be in town, dropping off a thank you pie to my old neighbor Linda, who'd helped me carry boxes. As I pulled into the cul-de-sac, I saw the cruiser parked outside Belinda's house. Raphael was on the porch, handing her an envelope. She opened it, read the charges, then looked up, and for the first time since I met her, Belinda Crawford looked afraid. Not smug, not annoyed, just small. After she stepped down, the HOA went through major reform. The new board canceled every false fine, apologized to affected residents, and even passed a resolution banning solo enforcement patrols. No more clipboards, no more surprise photos, no more tyranny. As for me, I'm happy, peaceful. The jasmine's blooming, the wind chimes are back, and Rudy runs leash-free in a backyard that no one can find me for. And sometimes, just for fun, I drive past Sunset Estates, windows down, radio up. They can keep their bylaws. I got something better. Freedom. It's the mirror moves. You just watch a woman try to police a man out of his own life, only to be stopped by the one person she never saw coming. That's how karma works. And that's what we do here at the Mirror Moves. If this story made you smile, gasp, or cheer, hit that subscribe button and join our community of truth seekers, rule breakers, and poetic justice lovers. New stories are coming every week. Tap the bell so you don't miss what karma has in store next. And if you got a story of your own, drop it in the comments. Let's keep flipping the script one twist at a time.